Hi there and welcome to our video on Alpha in the Abyss, and that's what we're off to do. We're in Metzerel to-do list. We're all ready to go in our Caracal. The first thing we need to do an abyssal mission is to use a filament. To do so we need to be in a position where there's nothing else on our grid, on the overview, close enough to kind of lock and fight, etc. So basically I'm warping to what is in effect a safe point out in the Metzerel system. And that is where we can enter. On the way, let's have a little look at our fit. It's a very standard abyssal Caracal fit, to be honest. I can't claim any invention here. We've got an EM screen reinforcer and 2 field extenders in the rigs. We have 5 rapid light missile launchers up here. We have Navy ammo loaded. I've got quite low skills. I've only got light missiles level 3. I need Navy ammo to compensate on the DPS front because I've been caught out. I lost the ship purely because I couldn't kill a rat quick enough to get out. We've got 2 field extenders in the mids. We have a cap battery which we use because we need to keep the invulnerability field and especially the micro warp drive running quite a lot in these sites, because you really do need to get across the sites to get the loot as quick as possible, as we shall see. In the bottom we got 3 ballistic control systems to boost the DPS, and we have 1 compact reactor control unit to just give us the power grid, etc., to keep everything running. In the drone bay we have 2 integrated Hornets today, and you'll also note that we have Scourge missiles, which are the kinetic damage missiles. That is because today we're going to use a Calm Exotic filament. Each abyss has kind of side effects. We shall have a look. They are called the afterglows. If you look here, it will reduce kinetic resistance. That's our resistance and the rats, everything in the site. In this case we get an enhanced scan resolution, so that's for us and the rats, so longer targeting range and quicker targeting times basically. As you will see here, we have 20 minutes. A timer will start as soon as we enter. If we don't get out within 20 minutes, the ship is destroyed, and so is your capsule. If you've got a very expensive capsule and you want to try the Abyss, you might want to make yourself a jump clone and use an empty pod rather than the one with all your fantastic implants in it. To get in there, we need to right click on the filament and use Calm Exotic Filament. It's going to give us that warning. It's going to tell us there's a particle storm in here, and that's what is reducing our kinetic resistances and scan data resolution, enhancing our scan resolution, sorry. We've got 20 minutes, and as I say, we cannot leave. You can't warp out of these sites once you're in. Once you press that button, you're committed. You complete the site or you lose your ship and your pod. So, yeah, I like it. I like the tension. It's very nice for PvE for me to have this kind of level of tension, I think. I don't mind losing the odd ship either. I found I make between maybe 5 million. Right, we need to head straight up here to these I'm going to open this a little bit so you can see what's going on. We're heading to this bio-adaptive cache that contains the loot. We want to burn there. We can target these guys because we've got enhanced scan resolution. The battleship, as you can see, it can do us quite a lot of damage, so we need to keep moving. The cruiser is the one we're going to hit first. I'm not going to deploy my drones. I have found that these sites can absolutely gobble up your drones. I'm going to put a bit more traversal on there. He's in missile range. I'm going to start shooting that cruiser first, the Lancer. Right, now we're going to just orbit. I'm going to put the invulnerability field on now because we're slowing down a bit. Now I've had no issues damage wise. I've not been killed in one of these sites really by the rats doing damage on me. Twice I have timed out due to the lack of DPS. There's another type of battleship. I think it may only spawn in the sites that reduce your thermal resistances. I'll check the name later. But there's a rat that spawns in them that is an absolute nightmare. He's right on the edge of my missile range, so I want to make sure he doesn't go out. I don't want to waste any. And the Tyrannos is just outside. What we're going to do now is target the loot box. And I've misdone it, but we're going to shoot the loot box 1. Could put my drones out to do it. I've been known to do that before. Just use the drones to take out these loot boxes. Right, so now we just need to get there and grab the loot. this machine in the middle of the site, it's increasing tracking in a short range around it. Right, there's the loot box open. We've got these survey plates. Right, we need just to burn to the next box now. We're against this clock here. So let's make sure these sites can have a lot of debris and rocks in. You want to make sure you're not bouncing around too much. Right, let's burn to him. We haven't even started applying DPS to this battleship yet. We're going out of his range again now. We're doing find for capacitor. Right, let's just have a little zoom out. So this is the emitter that's messing with enhancing tracking speeds. There's the battleship that is still out of range. We're heading up to this subnode up here to get the loot, so let's shoot him. And then where are the other two subnodes? Right, we'll keep approaching that. See, I can't even see the ship now. So they're back over here. So we need to go and make an effort. We have to kill the rat. Right, we're going to head towards the battleship now, I think. Where's the extraction node? Down below him. Oh, we're doing fine for time. I'm actually going to burn back over. Away. And again, we dropped speed a little bit there. We took a little bit of damage, but I'm sure we'll be okay. We're running a little bit low on capacitor now. I'm going to turn off the invulnerability field. I think we'll be okay. Get the speed up. In fact, let's assume our drones are going to be reasonably safe. Don't worry about the shield alarm. We're going to send our drones to kill that extraction point. We're going to reload our Navy missiles. We seem to have a poor traversal on the battleship, so we're going to head this way. And then we're going to come in and orbit this. And do keep an eye on your drones in the window up here. It'll tell you when they're starting to take damage. We can recall the drones now. We can just head in and get this loot. Let's put these drones into a group so they're easier to move in and out. So we're just going to let the capacitor recharge, the shield's recharging a little bit. We're going to grab this loot here. And now we're going to head to the next loot box, which is right over here. Then we've got to go back, take out the battleship and get out of the gate. So again, let's just let the drones do the business there. We'll keep the full load of missiles for that battleship. It looks very low, the battleship, but it's still going to take a little while to kill it. Come on, turn around, Caracal. Right, now we're just going to head for the battleship. In fact, we're going to head for the gate out with the transfer conduit and see. Hopefully that should bring us within range of the battleship. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, we're going to get closer to him as we go across here. We're going to put our micro warp drive on. We might have to swing by. We need to get him within 40 kilometers range. So let's now go that way. I'm going to keep up a good traversal, basically do a flyby on him. Right, we're in range. I'm going to cut off the micro warp drive. No, I'm not. I'm happy with the timer. Right, we will cut off the micro warp drive now. As you can see, he's a tough battleship, even though he starts off very low. Really not like to meet a full one. Alright, we're getting very close to the edge of the site here. In fact, we need to spin right around quickly and get away from there. If we actually hit this, you take a huge amount of damage. So we're just going to fly back the other way now. He should go down pretty quickly now we're just into his hull. None of the rats drop any loot on these sites. We're going to have to reload, which is the slightly painful bit. But at least he's not going to rep or anything silly. We're going to cut back up here so we don't float out of range. This double click flying is essential on these sites, really, I think, because of the amount of debris and stuff that's sitting around. So we're going to stay just around here. Pop on the micro warp drive. Come on, missiles, reload. Come on, guys, I'll buy you a beer, get them in there. Right, so we're now nicely in range. And ready to start killing him again. And now I am going to start heading back to the gate. He's almost dead. I am losing shield pretty quickly, but I'm going to have a bit of time to recharge some up here. There you go. Right, now we turn off the micro warp drive, turn off the invulnerability field, and just slow burn over to the gate. Well, we lost a little bit of time here. We lost a little bit of time because my son phoned, bless him, to make arrangements for transport later. The shield has had a chance to recharge, as has the capacitor. We just need to see what we get in the next room, basically. We've got half the time on the timer. Ah, right, this isn't going to be too harder one to deal with. Got 2 frigates and a cruiser, but you do need to take them down pretty quick. So let's start on that. These are also the guys that would eat your drones very quickly if you gave them half a chance. We are going to get a move on. Start burning. You're going to see it's going to take us right past them. Some of these will get scrambles, and I've even been neuted. With the missiles, we're kind of newt proof. See, we've flown straight past them, which is very nice. Nobody seems to be doing anything EUR wise to us, which is good. Get the orbit set up. It's so much easier when what you've got to pick up is one of these bioadaptive caches in a box floating. Some of them are positioned on a rock. We might even find one, and they can be quite hard. If you're on the wrong side of the rock, you have to manually fly around it. Right. Let's take this thing down with our last missile, hopefully. Fantastic. Get in and get his loot. We don't need the micro warp drive on at all right now. Not until we're facing the right way. Grab the loot. Right. Still nothing spectacular, but we're doing okay. Let's just burn to the next box. We're going to wait on our reload before we can start hitting this next guy. Right, wait, see, this is one of the ones I mean. Where actually is that box? Can we actually fly straight to it? We're doing fine. It's quite a nice small room, this one. Transfer conduit, we've got another room to go yet. You get the origin conduit is going to be the room out in the last room. Right, let's kill that Lancer. Target the last box. I'm going to send the drones out to kill him so we can keep DPS on the cruiser. I want to stay in close so I can grab the loot quick and run. Still keeping an eye on the drones to make sure they don't go down, because when they start getting hit they do go down very quickly in these sites. So I'm bimbling around a little bit here. I'm being a little bit confident that the cruiser's not going to apply too much damage to me. That one's empty. That's not very polite, is it? And that's it, basically. Get those drones in and just burn to the gate. There's nothing to be gained by killing this other than basically cutting the effect. I haven't usually bothered. Usually too busy trying to kill the drones in time. Right, we're going to burn up to the extraction point up here. Transfer conduit. Stop burning. I'm not going to reload my missiles now. We're going to get on. We've got plenty of time, hopefully, to get through the last room. This should be the last one. Origin conduit. Right, so we've got 2 loot boxes. Let's head for them. Where's that one? That one's right up there. I'm going to go up to that one first. As soon as these guys get in range, we'll start hitting them. No issues, as you see, with the damage that we're taking, to be honest. That is on this side of the rock. I was checking that it wasn't up on the top, because that can be really quite a pain. Right, the first Lancer is dead. That's fantastic. I'm going to put the drones out to kill him. We're going to cut off the micro warp drive now. We've got plenty of range. In fact, let's just use our last missile on there, then we'll reload, go back and take out the next one. That makes more sense to me. I'm going to pull the drones in. I don't know if he's going to start doing any horrible damage on them, but I'd rather not lose them. They're not the cheapest things in the world. So here we go, just get up to this cache now, go and bash it in the face. Still not any amazing loot, to be honest. We've got one more box to go. Who knows what treasures it may contain. These environments are very nice. You can see we got all kinds of stuff going on around here. Right, let's start killing this guy, shall we? Go. Drones can go and kill that ahead of us. You see he's got a web on us, this guy, the lucid upholder. Doesn't really make a lot of difference at this point, to be honest with you. The ones with the scram, again, the fact they're scramming you isn't a big deal because you can't warp out of the site anyway, but it does cut off your micro warp drive. Right, so we're just going to orbit this in some kind of clumsy way. In fact, once that's down, we're going to take the drones and put them on him. Let's see. Right, so let's just get in and get this loot. We'll get the drones up on him. This hopefully might be a juicy one. We've not had anything spectacular. Why am I not getting closer? The controls, I don't know. There seems to be a bit of a delay on getting your drones to target, and sometimes when you're trying to turn around, I don't know whether that's an environmental thing or a me thing. But there you go. We're very nice and close to the gate. We've got a whopping 2.5 minutes left on our timer. I'm going to reload my missiles on the way. Bring in the drones, of course. Don't want to be leaving them behind. So what have we got? Out of the site, we've got about... That's probably the worst I've ever got. To be honest, the best I've got is about 15 million. But we're alive, and it's done. So who really cares? Let's get out of here. I've got level 2 successful completions. Fantastic. And that basically is how to get through an abyssal site. And here we are, safe and sound, back in the station. So let's have a little look at the loot that we got. We got one Calm Exotic filament, basically replacing the one that we've just used to go into the site, so we can do another one. Sometimes you get more than one, sometimes you get the filaments for the higher level sites. We've got the Triglavian survey databases. These, if you check on the market, you don't necessarily want to take these to Dodixie. They're only going to pay you 95,000-ish around here. There are places that will pay you 100,000. It depends. These aren't too bad, the prices here. They can be lower than that. You might want to go a few jumps and sell them to the Concord Logistics office. So they'll pay the best price. It's up to you. Just keep an eye on that. It's really up to you to min-max or not. These two things here, the crystalline isogen and the 0-point condensate, they're used for building and using the blueprints that you can find in the sites. And actually, if I just bring this over into my item hanger, and we just have a little stack. This is some of the stuff that I've got out. So I've got much higher level filaments. That one's worth about 6 million. Let's have a look in the market. They're selling for nearly 9.5 million in Dodixie. So that's quite nice. We've got this here. This is what you can then use to make a mutated module. In this case, it's a large shield booster. We'll look at this another time when I've got a couple more to do maybe. The mutation's a little bit random. I've not tried it before, so that's something to look forward to. Up here, we've got a blueprint for the ammo that the abyssal ships, the precursor ships and their weapons use, and these are the products to make the ammo. We might have a look at that when we do an industry video quite soon. So there you go. That's what you need to make the ammo. You don't need any skills that you won't have as an alpha. A little bit of minerals, and some bits from the sites. So that is what it's all for, and you can make some quite good money making the ammo. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us. Hope this has been useful. We'll be back soon running the other kinds of sites. I think they're quite nice, tidy episodes as well, because I'm stuck on a 20-minute timer. So if it's been useful or you've liked it, leave me a like. Any comments, feedback or suggestions, because I'm very new to this abyss, so any help you might want to give me would be greatly appreciated, as long as it's not just getting a Gila, because that's not really what I want to do. I want to start with as little as possible and build up. But anyway, subscribe if you want to stay in touch, and for now, goodbye and fly safe.